States all over the world are trying to become financial hubs, so pay attention. When they look at what's happening in places like the UAE and Switzerland, they see all the new businesses that have been started and the people that are moving there because they are fintech hubs. Of course, Georgia also wants to do the same thing. How many different countries are going to follow healthy proper? That's my question. They will want to work with the generation of quality and beauty, which Ripple has in spades. It says that's from High Vibes. It says that people who own XRP should focus. There will be $30 trillion in move crossing fees in just one day. Let me play this for you overnight. I'm telling you about CBDCs because it's very important because there are a lot of new animals or birds, whatever you call them. They're floating around with different names. It's been called stable cash or cryptocurrencies by different people. From our point of view, that lets us be very careful about how we understand them and know what effects they have. When talking about stable currency, the most important question that needs to be answered is whether or not states and central banks are comfortable with it. Currency is a sovereign characteristic, and in foreign places like India, the sovereign gives this characteristic to the central bank. So then, are we good with private money? Because of this, these new products that are coming out and calling themselves great innovations have bad financial effects on both the balance of payments at home and the security of payments around the world. The domestic banking system for the world economy, everything that needs to be known, and we've made it public that you know our BI. Myself and others have talked about it. Because of this, I'm not going to list the capacity risks they pose. You already know a lot of threats. You know how to fund terrorism and hide money, besides the fact that you know about currencies like developing market currencies. A good way to make the big financial firm lose control over the economy as a whole. There are a lot of tough cases, and this will end up. These are clearly not stable. In all honesty, we don't want that kind of thing. I talk about these kinds of things, whether it's a mild safe coin, a far cryptocurrency, or something else, I believe we want to fully understand. What are the risks before that kind of trying to make them legal? Before we go into the water, we need to know how many sharks are there in the water? I think this is how I might put it in a very strange and direct way right now. Because of this, CBDC is significant. The internationals are moving toward a new era, and CBDCs are in a great situation because they can almost certainly help these guys. It says thank you to the IMF. As the head of India's Reserve Bank, he is talking about how good it is to have central banks. 30 billion in one day. I'm not sure if it will really be in the right wide range, but pay attention. On or around the same day, there will be a unified effort to get to a CBD-CBD system. For example, there may be a lot of countries that have already tested. After looking at the age, they are ready to move when the time is right. In this case, the point is that XRP and RLUSD have been working with these countries for more than 10 years, right? And about the important bank virtual creation, right? CBDCs are on their way. I'm aware that there are many things we need to talk about when it comes to CBDCs, such as safety, how it will work, and other things. I do believe we should have a unique conversation about in a unique film. But they might be coming. On top of that, the infrastructure for crypto is on its way. Guys, let me show you this. Ripple is on the list of members for the ISO 20002 two payments segment. One really interesting thing about this is that all but Ripple's members are from other countries. People who are a part of this will still be a part of this, right? You can use Ripple. The Bank of England is there for you. Away, you have the DTCCC. There's also the EBA, which clears the ECB. That is the main banking institution in Europe. It's clear. It's a tool used in Europe to clear and settle safety agreements as well as cost ones. Glef doesn't know that one. I do say that Sorrow is the direction card in the deck. Next to standards, there is STET, which is another form of payment. Swift checks a path and VASP. You have a visa for the same job. That sounds pretty juicy. Additionally, it talks about a unified ledger method partnership that would meet the needs of a wide range of blockchain and DLT projects. It's no longer just Quant, Casper's Infant, Stella Hedera, Hashrap, Algernon, and IOTA. These are all projects that might be able to work together with all of this. We also know that Ripple plays a big role in all of this. Breaking Ripple and building CBDCs with MasterCard proper with the help of dozens of countries. Ripple and MasterCard worked together for a long time. The market's relaxation is based on means, but XRP is being used by important banks as a way to get cash. Hey guys, that's real. This is the reason I talk to you so much about it. It's so important to understand, right? Let's be clear, we're not an app store where those beliefs can be proven and seen. We are going to spend the next 6 to 12 months guessing how much Ripple or XRP will be worth tomorrow. Then everyone goes to move backpedal. We'll then go back into an ongoing market. The price might not go back down to where it was in 2022 and 2023, but we will cross back into an ongoing market. After that, I think the next market world law is going to be set up. That's where something might really pop off. That's what I believe. I don't know, of course, you already know this. We need to wait and see. However, digital currencies are a useful form of money. Different governments around the world are making their own CBDCs. There are now more than 130 projects around the world. Some of these projects involve cross-border wholesale CBDCs that can change the way money moves around the world for all businesses and players. Also, Ripple's works with a lot of countries to set up CBDCs, and many of them use them to send money across borders. You also have the Digital Dollar Project, Western Union D, or should I say BDO Unibank. The Digital Dollar Project and Western Union have then joined forces to test how a CBDC could improve cross-border money transfers between the US and the Philippines. Who in the US and Philippines Hall is already worried? In fact, it's Ripple, and the fact that you can see the digital rupee numbers down here, let's preserve or go. Also, James Wallace is being asked right now about big bank digital currency. Let me show you off. It is going to be added in. Let me say that on the current blockchain. Otherwise, you guys are thinking about a great method for virtual R. It is, in fact, a very good question. In other words, the age we are building for the virtual R is a public blockchain. But it's entirely based on the creation used in the public blockchain. The XRP ledger is the name of the public blockchain we use. It's an open source blockchain system that anyone can use, and what we do for every US state we run for. We make a fresh model for ourselves. In this case, you should only use the blockchain if you are allowed to. We've been told that the benefit of this is that the XRP ledger creation has been proven. There have been billions of deals, but you know that valuable banks like to keep things a little more personal. So we made a version that only people can see. So to answer your question, it's kind of a mix of two things, but it is definitely an independent platform, which is specifically made for each task where you look. Yes. In this case, if Ripple talks to a central authority. A central power means that each government will be different in what they want, need, and desire. Okay, so Ripple has built all of this practice technology. They have something like a list of what you need. In the same way, the US might say, hey, we need a digital euro. One more thing we need is a bulk. So we are going to send money to our neighboring countries to make up for it. We also want to stop wearing in stores. We can have for groups and for people, right? Without a doubt, they can make us all unique. It takes place on the XRP record, a private blockchain. Yes. There is an effect on the price of XRP on the main chain that is caused by the value that is added and created on private blockchains. I think you'll see a real big size. The way I see it, we have about $50 trillion in real cash. Anything in the world with other people. Okay. Over time, there will be a lot less paper money in circulation and a lot more digital money. This was made.